Not good.
Hello? You guys hear me, right? Perfect. Okay. All right. First, can I just get everyone to stand up right now?
Oh, jeez.
Everyone that's been around for a year or less, please have a seat right now. Everybody who is not a specialist, please sit down. Yep. Oh, so I guess I'm just the only one. Sit down. I'm not going to announce. Truth be told, that exercise had nothing to do with my talk today. I just wanted to get you guys get your blood flowing. All right. Exactly a year ago, I was wandering down along Young Street. Life of a fresh-faced, carefree university graduate. I remember stepping out of the Starbucks with a friend down the street from the office. It was a blistering hot June afternoon, and all I wanted that day was to find a building with some steady stream of air conditioning. It was that day I met Lauren in the lower levels of the North York Civic Center, tucked away from the heat. And here I am today, 9 months into not a job, but a challenging yet rewarding young career thus far. Ladies and gentlemen, consultants and management, I am here today to talk to you about driving activity with purpose. Like many of you when first starting off, I was trying to wrap my mind around a million things, and to this day I still am. Get advice from consultants from all different directions. Trying to hang on to every single word of advice, hoping, just hoping, to find that golden ticket to success. The reality of beauty is, actually before I do that, can I get a show of hands if anybody ever felt that way at one point? The reality of beauty is, there's no magic bullet. Being open-minded and ridding myself of any limiting beliefs by asking myself, why not me? Why not now? Allowed me to develop a fearless mindset to approach it. I remember the first few weeks burying my head in the ethic book, reading my eyes out every single sentence of every single chapter, because I felt that I needed to know every single technical aspect before feeling ready or having the confidence to get in front of people, because I felt that I had to prove to myself that I was worthy enough by first having a jeopardy knowledge of the industry. Out the window. Through the roller coaster ride of the first few months, of the ups and downs of the first few months, 3 key recurring themes have always stood out to me. Having a laser sharp vision. How much clarity and purpose drives your actions and decisions. Being authentic. What are your core values and beliefs? And third, accepting the brutal fact, as laid out by John Canary, that knowing does not precede doing. The best way to be prepared for something is to simply start it. So I started prospecting. I've done booths, door knocking, lunch and learn seminars, networking events, mail drops, asking for referrals, and my favorite, cold calling. Boy, are the stories endless. From cold calling pizza to help rid the cold call butterflies from out of my stomach, to calling Darren from inside a client's washroom to help close the deal. Simply, no, I'm not telling that story today. Maybe later tonight, though, after a couple days. But the main point is there's been simply no short stories. But this afternoon, I'd like to share 2 with you. Every now and then, when a trade show booth comes up, you'll hear the odd comment from someone now, that's not a good show to go to. I don't know if it's worth $85. Trade shows are too unreliable. I hate people. The fact is, yes, trade shows are hit and miss, and the control variable of your target prospect is minimal at best. However, that should not be mistaken for the lack of opportunity. Back in October, I was at the RV show at Wall Street. It was a relatively random crowd, for the most part moved snail pace fast. Near the end, just as our shift was about to end, a gentleman and his wife and 2 kids approached our booth and said to me, "I've been looking for you guys. I live out in Bowmanville. My mother had an account with IG. She just passed away. Now I've got this lump sum of money. I need to sit down with somebody and figure out what to do with it." Through constant follow-ups and persistence, through conflicting schedules and reschedules for the next 3 weeks, this gentleman, who I later found out was also being prospected by another consultant from the Whitby office, which is significantly closer for him, decided to do business with me rather than her. Because at the end of the day, I followed up with them more than she did, 6 times compared to her too. And the result, $7,000 in return for that $85. To put that in perspective, that would help cover the next 80 trade shows, assuming I would not be bringing in any business from those next 80. I'd take that trade off any day of the week. And yes, there will be shows where nothing comes from it. But that one client should be enough to make you a believer that luck and opportunity has nothing to do with skill, but rather simply just going out and making your own luck by generating activity. So why not you? Why not now? The second story takes place back in December when I first decided to start establishing myself within my neighborhood by doing nail jobs. Thank you, Alex, for giving me some of those nail jobs. I remember sitting in the hardwood floor in my living room on a Saturday evening, stuffing over 300 letters into envelopes with the help of Mom, Dad, and some monetary favors from my brother. That night I went to do the mail job was a cool -20, not including windshield. So I threw on my hoodie, 2-layer sweats, jacket, runners, and all the mail in my backpack. As I zipped up and down the neighborhood, braving the cold, Mom tailed behind me in her car, so I was have to walk all the way down. And I remember crying tears at one point because of a combination of how ridiculous the whole thing seemed, but probably more so because I was in hypothermia. Now, the main point of the story is not about how sad my social life is on a Saturday night. No. But rather, building that dedication and that work ethic to work hard when people are watching, but even harder when nobody is. Slowly but surely, the phone calls from my neighbors started coming in. A couple weeks ago, Alex and Mia asked us to consider to ourselves, what value proposition do we bring to our clients? My value proposition to my neighbors is that they can either go to the bank and ask for a random teller, or they can go to their neighbor just down the street who also happens to remember that his wife's name is Amy, that his sister lives in Syracuse, that he's got 3 kids, and that the last time that you spoke was 7 months back while he was digging up dandelions from his front lawn. Yes, I do make notes on all my neighbors. Furthermore, through my morning and evening jogs to the neighborhood and chatting with my neighbors, I know that his eldest kid is friends with the neighbor's kids just 2 houses down, who are also the same age. With an entire neighborhood, with families, with young children, education planning, very much like our recent mortgage promotion, will be my gateway and bread and butter to what I envision will be my target clients in my immediate neighborhood. These calculated decisions and visions of where we want to be and how to get there, as I learned, takes time and dedication to working on a practice, right? I came across this great quote just the other day. It read, "Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, but most important of all, loving what you do." As much as I want, and as tempting as it was to join my buddies up at the cottage for this year's May 2 for a long weekend, I spent my long weekend studying and analyzing that first 2 months. And what's worked well? What target market am I tracking right now? What target market do I want to track moving forward? Right? This is where having a vision and being a student of the business kicks in. I believe that our clients, our business is as good as our clients. And that our clients, by human nature, surround themselves with other like-minded individuals and families of similar social and financial status. This is nothing groundbreaking. It only reaffirms why referrals and introductions are the backbone of this industry. Growing up, we all have role models and idols that we look People we look, Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, Muhammad Ali, Rosa Parks, and of course Stanley. These were the people we looked to for direction, purpose, and inspiration. And as it turns out, this business is no different. Navigating this business is no different, right? I've begun studying, modeling, shadowing several successful consultants who I'd like my practice to reflect. For example, I've recently started borrowing Paul Valancourt's approach to client referral dinners, right? To help leverage my higher network clients, to get it to further penetrate and build stepping stones towards a target market, which at my age is staging like others would consider not so. Very much like how we take our prospects and clients through personal financial review by bridging them to their goals. Looking at where we are today and where we want to be tomorrow requires a sense of direction and purpose. By identifying my target clients and refocusing my activities, by adjusting the frequency and looking at my costs and revenues, I was able to put together a marketing plan that was in line with my vision of where I want to take my business in the next month, quarter, year, and beyond. What we got at Toronto Central is special. We've got a phenomenal region, training, resources, and above all, supported culture that is above par compared to many other offices across the country. I look up to many of you in this group every day, regardless of whether you are 25 years into the business and sailing off into the sunset, or just fresh off BDP2 with the glory of Palomino Mondays still fresh in your minds. Whichever stage we're at, always remember, know where you want to go, be authentic, and don't be afraid to try new things from time to time to break that glass ceiling to achieve greater results. No amount of preparation will ever make us completely ready to take that proverbial leap of faith. Because at the end of the day, the only person in this world who we can count on, depend on, rely on to take a chance on ourselves is staring right back at us in the mirror every morning. We are ready when we decide we are ready. So why not you? Why not now? Thank you.